and welcome to another installment of Metalhead Central, the show where I take an honest look at the harder side of music and give it an honest rating. You know, nu metal used to be a vibrant, well-oiled machine, constantly churning out music for better or for worse. Then everyone realized that a lot of that music fit into the worse section of that phrase, and it died out almost as quickly as it had arisen. But one band kept the flame alive, continuing to evolve their sound and produce albums and play shows to sell out crowds all around the world. No, heck no! I'm talking about Korn. Yes, those wonderful weirdos from California that make music that has more twists and turns than the average roller coaster. They just released their new album, The Nothing, on Roadrunner and Elektra September 13th. Did these veterans of the scene deliver? Let's find out. First off, as with Tool a couple of weeks ago, this is definitely a Korn album. In fact, it might be one of the corniest things this band has ever produced. You got the heavy drumming, the bouncy beats, the thumping bass lines, Jonathan Davis sounding creepy as heck. It's all here. It will definitely please longtime fans of the band. It's everything they want. But does that make it good? I say yes. I enjoyed this album. It had some great melodies juxtaposed against a background of aggressive guitar work, with sprinklings of keys and different samples thrown in to really complete the album. I know it might be formulaic by some people's standards, but to me, it works. It sounded good. The only problem is Slipknot just did this album and they did it way better. I feel like this is an album where they looked at We Are Not Your Kind and they said, hey, we can do that exact same thing. I mean, the similarities between the two are uncanny. The guitar work is full in spots and sparse in others. The drumming is full force and incredibly thunderous, and the lyricism is all about how life just sucks. Again, The Nothing feels like it took a lot of themes from Slipknot's new effort and attempted to put the Korn twist, or should I say twisted transistor, on them. That doesn't make it an objectively bad album, it's just that Slipknot already did it, and in my opinion, they did it a lot better. But we're here to judge this album, and as I said, I enjoyed it. The tracks were well balanced, it flowed very well, and the production was top-notch. Every instrument settled into its own little niche, and the bass and drums really drove the entire thing. Korn has been known for its rhythmic work for quite some time now, and this album is no exception. I mean, album opener, The End Begins, has one of the thumpiest bass parts I've heard in quite some time. It's nice to be able to differentiate one instrument from another, and that works in the album's favor. I also enjoyed the choral work on here. The band knows how to balance the melodic and clean with the heavier sides of the music, and it makes for an all-encompassing listen. There are guitar parts on here that, if they were tuned a little bit lower, I wouldn't put it past hearing it on a Jet effort by Periphery or Tesseract or Meshuggah. They work where they're placed, and the build-ups into the choruses are nice. They work with the theme of the album because it feels like you're reaching the top of life's mountain, that peak, and then absolutely descending in a complete freefall to the endless, expansive ocean at the bottom. On the downside, again, this album feels like We Are Not Your Kind's little brother who doesn't quite measure up. The lyricism is nowhere near as good, and I feel like it relies a little too much on profanity. Yeah, I know, Slipknot's latest has a healthy dose of it as well, but Corey Taylor surrounds it with phrases that at once make no sense, and then they make all the sense in the world. Here, it kind of sounds like an angry, sometimes crying, sometimes screaming teenager shouting curse words. It's not terrible, and it isn't used as a crutch per se, but I thought the lyrics could have used a little bit of work. Another downside is the usage of softer tracks here. It feels like the album has this abrupt stop whenever it begins to get going. The train begins, and then the emergency brake is pulled because we have to hear another song with as many weird sounds and samplings as possible, as opposed to the wonderful melodic metallic stuff we were hearing. Again, it's not terrible, it just doesn't feel warranted. But overall, this was a solid release. I enjoyed a lot of stuff on here, and few songs would be worth another spin. As an album, I'm probably not going to buy it, but as far as radio singles are concerned, definitely be down for a couple of them. Again, the problem is that Slipknot basically did this album, and they did it so much better. So, is The Nothing an Album of the Year contender? No, but it's definitely in that honorable mention territory. I'm giving it an 88 out of 100 on the YPS scale. Thank you so much for watching. Click like and don't forget to subscribe for more Metalhead Central and the Metal Artist Review Show. Trying to get the channel up over 20 subs. Any help would be appreciated. Next week, we're going to be examining an album by a band with one of the most controversial lead vocalists in the entire world. Not just in metal, but in music in general. As I Lay Dying's new album, Shaped by Fire, is coming out, and I'm going to be scrutinizing it. I hope you'll join me. You've been watching Metalhead Central, where I give honest ratings to honest music, and I'll see y'all next time.